U.S. aid cuts, suspended diplomacy, and punitive tariffs are fueling perceptions of the U.S. as an unreliable partner, as China deepens its ties across the Pacific Islands. Kathryn, how have U.S. policy decisions affected its credibility and influence in the region?
So recent policy decisions by the U.S. government have greatly impacted U.S. influence and presence across the Pacific Islands in a couple of really key ways. First and foremost, the cutting of U.S. aid and U.S. development efforts across the region has been really devastating for this very aid-dependent region. Even though the United States is nowhere near the largest donor for the Pacific Islands region, we're a critical piece of the overall architecture of development assistance for the Pacific Islands. So the overall withdrawal of U.S. aid in the region has just had a devastating effect for overall U.S. influence and its credibility as a reliable partner. The second piece of this is the imposition of tariffs, which, while they may not have had as material of an impact on the Pacific Islands, were really viewed with confusion and concern across the region, where all but two of the Pacific Island nations have trade deficits with the United States, and the overall two-way trade between the U.S. and the Pacific is just $1 billion versus the $7 trillion that the U.S. has globally.
What needs to be done to improve American strategic positioning in the Indo-Pacific?
So to correct course on this really troubling trend, there's a couple of key items that need to be focused on right away. First and foremost is following through on existing commitments, and this includes the Compacts of Free Association agreements with Palau, RMI, and FSM, as well as paying through on the tuna treaty commitments that have been made with the region. Also, the U.S. should continue to work closely with partners such as through the Quad to implement health and other maritime security measures. Also, this administration has several key priorities which align very well with the Pacific Islands, including combating drug trafficking and ensuring maritime security in these vast maritime zones, which also directly affect U.S. territories. So there are several key areas here where the U.S. can and should try to reverse this course.